Hey guys, I'm just getting myself set up. So I'm trying something different today. Um, so just be patient, just a little bit patient, and we will get started. How's everyone doing today? I ask as though I can hear you. Okay, here we go. There I am. Okay. My hope is that I will be able to see some folks as you're checking in. All right. So, here we go. This might not be the best idea I've ever had, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you all can hear me okay. I'm going to try to adjust my mic so we don't have so much crazy Roxanne breathing sounds in this class. But today we are going to do some heart opening and some shoulder releases. And we are going to make some noise, drop some stuff. So if you have your straps, definitely grab those. Like I said, like we've done in previous classes, if you don't have a strap, you can just use a belt, or if you have a strength band, you could use an elastic band. If you don't have one of those, you can grab the strap from your robe. That works great as well. But I'm just going to draw a card for us to help us find something to focus on today, to focus our energy, to focus our thoughts, to set our intention, to help us set our intention. And while I'm doing that, just go ahead and get your mat set up. Start to just move your body. Start to breathe. Maybe find that standing mountain pose. Feet hips distance apart. Starting to ground the feet into the mat. Starting to root down. Feeling connected and grounded. Micro bend in the knees. And just beginning to think about, what is it that I need out of this practice today? And maybe setting your own intention. But if you're struggling with that, I will set one for you. This one just keeps coming to the top, so this must be our focus, our intention for today. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. This is actually makes sense why it's here. We are in a new moon phase right now, so there's all this new moon energy, and if you're unfamiliar with that means is this is a great time to create new intentions, to set some goals, to literally discard any of the stuff that isn't serving you right now in your life. Maybe it's excess clothes, maybe it's too much stuff. But right now is a great time to start to purge and get rid of things that don't serve you in your journey of life. All right, so I'll read it one more time as we're finding that standing mountain pose. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. So hopefully y'all have all your things that you need for class, whether it's your mats, your straps, blocks, blankets. And we'll just start to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just rolling the shoulders up and back and down, feeling openness across the chest. Breathe. On our next inhale, we'll start to add movement to the breath as we inhale, sweeping arms out and up, reaching up overhead. Exhale, we're going to press the air down by our sides. Just continuing that flow, inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, pressing the air back down. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhaling, reaching. Keeping the shoulders down and away from our ears. Exhale, shoulders and arms press down. Imagine we're pressing through sand, so there's resistance as the arms come up and resistance as we press the air down. 1 more. Inhale, arms up. This time, let the palms connect overhead. Drop the shoulders down and away from the ears. Nice full breath in. As we exhale, we're going to press the sit bones back, bringing the hands to heart center. Sitting in our chair pose. Keeping the knees tracking with the toes. Pulling the belly button up and in so we can still take those nice deep breaths in through the expanding the expanding the navel. But still staying engaged with our core. Let's just shift our weight gently back into the heels. Maybe lifting the heart up just a little bit more. Just noticing where the engagement in our lower body happens as we shift from maybe leaning way forward, so all the weight's in our toes, to lifting up, shifting the weight back into the heels. Roll those shoulders back. Drop them down and away from the ears. Now we're going to flow here with the chair. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up, reaching, extending. Palms connect. Exhale, sitting back to our chair. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, back to chair. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, back to our chair. Inhale, sweeping all that we need in our lives. Catching in our hands and then sitting, holding it, bringing it to our heart center. Inhale, reach up. 1 more time. Exhale, chair. Inhale, reach up. As we exhale, we're going to step wide on our mats for that wide leg position, feet wider than hips distance apart, knees opening out to the side, toes follow. Shoulders roll back and down. Inhale, let's reach arms up, 5-pointed star. Shoulders drop down and away from the ears, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Micro bend in the knees. And just gently shift our hips side to side. Engaging those oblique muscles. Take a nice full breath in. Then we're going to exhale, imagining our backs flat against the wall. And we're just going to lower elbows, come into the rib cage. Back flat against the wall. Bending the hips, knees tracking with the toes. And we're squeezing the elbows in. Breathe. Just hold here for a couple breaths. Maybe we need to take the feet wider because we're getting lower than we thought. Maybe we want to just play around with how it feels when I lean way forward and notice where the muscle engagement happens as opposed to when I'm straight up. And the muscles that we're working right now are the muscles that are engaged when we're upright. So then we're going to start to flow with the breath. Press through the heels, reach to the sky, lengthen, extend. Exhale, come back down, moonflower. Inhale, reach. We're going to do 8 of these together. Exhale, lower. Nice and slow. Let the breath lead the movement. Exhale, lower. Feel that pause between the inhale and the exhale. Breathe. Three more, I think. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. 1, 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Last one, extend. And lower. And reach up. Now we're going to transition into our sunflower. So 5-pointed star. We're just going to exhale. Bigger hinge in the hips. Starting out hands to knees. And just squat down. And then reach back to the sky. Exhale, hands to knees, squatting down. Keeping the heart lifted. So this isn't a forward fold. We're just getting a deeper hinge in the hips. Breathe. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can just sweep the arms down and up, or just keep bringing hands to knees. You decide. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep down. Scoop up the nice cool water. Splash it up overhead. Exhale. Let's do 4 more. Keep the weight in the heels. Breathe. Keep that core engaged. Keep that nice long flat spine. Woo. Breathe. 2 more. 2. Last one. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, arms come down. Step back to the top edge of our mat, standing mountain pose. Nice full breath. Shoulders roll back and down. Just starting to feel the heat building in our bodies. Inhale, arms reach up. We're going to do our first big fold of the practice. So micro bend in the knees. And we're going to initiate that fold by pressing our hips back and then just slowly starting to swan dive forward. So the knees aren't moving except to bend to follow the hips. Rib cage lands on the tops of the thighs. Hands come down to the mat. Let the head round down and just hang here. Now, if you're here and you're feeling a lot of pull in the lower back, go ahead and bend the knees even more. Maybe bring elbows to the knees. You decide what works in your body today. Even if on Tuesday you were doing like crazy forward folds with legs fully extended and heads basically going between your legs, today's a different day. We did some stuff between Tuesday's class and today's class. On our next inhale, we're going to halfway lift, so flattening the spine and just lifting up into monkey pose. Hips pressing back, flattening the spine, shoulders roll back and down. The crown of the head is extending out from the shoulders. So we're not looking up at the sky here. We're just keeping that neck and spine lined up, keeping that core engaged. And then from here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. All the way down. Inhale, it's halfway lift, monkey pose. Breathe. On our next exhale, we're going to sit to our chair pose. Arms can extend overhead or come to heart center, you decide. And then we're going to inhale, extended mountain, reach the sky. We're in one breath, one movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey. Exhale to chair. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extend. Standing mountain pose, arms down by our sides. Feet hip distance apart. Just roll the shoulders. Nice full breath in. Just feeling that energy, feeling that heat that we're creating in our bodies. We're going to do our first round of sun salutations, standing mountain pose. First round, 3 breaths, each pose. Just to give us time to get familiar with each of those positions. Inhale, arms extend overhead. Lengthen, pressing our feet into the mat as if we're trying to make an impression. Shoulders drop down and away. Lightning bolts shooting through our fingertips. Breathe. Letting go. Exhale, swan dive forward. Nice flat spine. Hold here, 3 breaths. Bend the knees as much as we need to. And just let the head hang. Maybe shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And breathe. On our next inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose, shifting the weight into our heels as we lift up, flattening the spine. Shoulders roll back, lengthening, feeling those hamstrings load as we're in this monkey pose. On the next exhale, hands come firmly to the mat. Then we step back to plank. Bring wrists under shoulders, pressing the heels back, crown of the head reaching forward. Options in our plank. Both knees can come to the mat, or we can just keep one knee down and extend one knee straight back. You decide. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way through our chaturanga, so all the way down to the mat. Toes point back, shoulders roll back, elbows squeeze in. Crown of the head lengthening out through the spine. Squeeze the glute muscles. Create a foundation from the hips all the way down to our tiptoes. Then we'll inhale, using the muscles along the spine to lift us up to our cobra pose. Shoulders roll back. Imagine somebody's grabbing our elbows and pulling our elbows back towards our hips. Breathe. Fingers, we're not pressing in. We're working those muscles along the spine, creating length and strength. On our next exhale, we're going to tuck the toes under, press up and back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up to the sky. Alternate, press one heel, and then the other into the mat. Really push those hips up and back. See if we can open up, create space between the shoulders and the ears. Draw those shoulder blades down the spine. Roll so that the elbow creases are facing forward. Breathe. On our next inhale, we're going to press the right leg straight back. And press into that left foot. Feel lots of opening in that left hamstring. And if we stack the hips like this, we're not going to really feel that opening in the left hamstring. But if we try to keep those hips square to the mat, draw the energy back towards the back wall with that foot. Exhale, we're going to step the right foot next to the right hand. Whew. Remember, if the foot doesn't quite make it all the way, we can always grab that ankle, pull the foot up, knee stacked over ankle. Pull the knees towards each other, create this nice strong foundation. Then we lift to our crescent. Breathe, hips square to the front of the mat, drawing the energy of the knees towards each other. Arms extending overhead or on the hips or heart center. You decide. Breathe. Exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward, back foot stepping up, forward fold. I'll let the head hang. Inhale, chair pose. So sit to our chair. Again, arms can extend overhead or rest at heart center. You decide. Hips pressing back. Really imagine we're trying to sit in a chair behind us. Weights in the heels. And then we're just going to extend, extended mountain. Reach to the sky. Little back extension here if you want it. Exhale, fold. Find that length in the spine. Let the head relax. Weights in the heels. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Shoulders roll back and down. Find length and extension in the spine. Pressing the inner thighs to the back of the mat. Exhale, hands firmly to the mat as we step back to our plank. Woo! Exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders roll back. Lengthening out and lifting up. Squeeze those knees together. Keep the tops of the feet down. Squeeze those glutes. Breathe. Woo, let go. On our next exhale, toes tuck. I'm going to press up and back, downward facing dog. And again, alternate, press one heel, then the other into the mat. Woo. Loosening up those ankles. Getting the backs of the legs lengthening. Opening up. Breathe. And then inhale, lengthen, stretch that left foot straight back. Lengthen it back, pressing it back. Again, we're not stacking the hips here. We're just keeping the hips square to the mat. Feeling a lot of openness in the back of the right leg. On our next exhale, we're going to step through high lunge. Left foot steps next to the left hand. Again, options here. We can lower that back knee and then lift into our crescent lunge. Or we can keep that knee lifted as we lift up. Now here, if we're really tight in our hip flexor, we may want to open the hip out to the side. So what I want us to think about doing as we're squaring the hips forward is maybe take a shorter stance and work on curling that tailbone under and getting this hip flexor open, as opposed to opening the hips to the side. Exhale, we're going to shift the weight forward, back foot stepping up, forward fold. Let it go. Exhale, let the spine lengthen. Inhale, chair pose. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, standing mountain. Awesome. One breath, one movement. Same sequence. We're going to do 2 on each side. Find the breath. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hips press back, swan dive forward, nice flat spine. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back to plank. You find your option here as we lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog if that's in your practice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg extends back. Exhale, we step through high lunge. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Back foot steps up, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, step through high lunge. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, we shift our weight forward, back foot steps up, forward fold. Inhale to chair. Inhale, extend. One more round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, plank. Hands to the mat, stepping back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg presses back. Exhale, stepping through high lunge. Crescent lunge. Stepping forward, forward fold. Chair pose. Extend. Forward fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to plank. Last one on the left side. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Yeehaw. Left leg extends straight back. Step through high lunge. Inhale to crescent. Woo. Exhale, let's shift our weight forward. Back foot stepping up, forward fold. Chair pose. Inhale, extend. Standing mountain. Inhale, reach both arms up. Find weight in the right foot. We're going to step the left foot back into that high lunge. We're going to lower the left heel. Warrior one. Shoulders down and away from the ears. We're going to have cactus arms if that helps. Arms can also be extended a little bit forward if that is the range of motion in your shoulders right now. Also, you can bring hands to hips. So from here, we're going to open up to our warrior two. So that back heels drops down, and we're just going to open up, arms reaching out. So if our shoulders are creeping up to the ears, let's drop them down and away. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Find the center of gravity directly over the hips. So we have SpongeBob, SquarePants, body, right? Right here, we're square. So we don't want to be too far forward. Then we're dumping all the weight into this leg, and this one's not getting any work. Too far back, and it just doesn't feel right. So, directly over the center, knees tracking with the toes, shoulders down. And now we're going to reach. So reach forward, come back to center. Then reach, come back to center. Last one, reach, reach, reach. Palm faces the sky, lifting a cup of tea up to the ceiling. Left arm drops down. The heart lifts up to the sky. Reach and lengthen. So this is okay. This is a better, amazing, more growth opportunity. Building actual strength in the body. Exhale back to our warrior two. Breathe down with the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades in. Squeeze the glute muscles. Squeeze the knees towards each other. Have that strong foundation. Straighten the front knee. Exhale, lower. We're going to flow with warrior two. Inhale, we're going to straighten the arms, straighten the knee. Exhale, we're going to press the air back down. Bend the knee back to 90 degrees. Inhale, reach the sky. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach the sky. Exhale, lower. Imagining I'm gathering all that I need from the universe and all that the universe wants to give me, and then I'm bringing it in, making it a solid, packing it in to my foundation, to myself, to me, and all those that will benefit from a strong, healthy version of me. Inhale. Exhale. Just continuing to flow with the breath. Last one. And we're just going to reach, 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 reach. Elbow rests on the knee. Reach to the sky. So we're creating a nice long line from the heel all the way to the shoulder. And we're opening our heart up. So if our heart's dumping down into the ground, we want to open up to receive from the vast energy of the universe. Now, elbow, that's on the knee. We don't want to be resting on it. We can, if you need to. It's there. But try to stay lifted and lengthening. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle prep. So find your strong foundation. Weight is equal between both front and back foot. And we're just going to exhale, reach forward. So we're kicking the hip back, getting a stretch inside the thigh. Working those oblique muscles. Come back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come back. Exhale, reach. Hold here. Breathe. See if you can rotate open a little bit more. Then drop the hand, reach to the sky. Triangle pose. Woo. Woo, breathe. Inhale, back up. Warrior two, arms. Reverse triangle. So we're going to sweep that left hand back. Reach the right arm up. Lift the heart up to the sky. Press equal weight in both feet. Engage those thighs. We should feel energy in the legs. So if we're just kind of here, we'll notice a difference than if we're actively pressing, trying to lift the heart up as far as we can get it. Woo, breathe. And now we have another flow. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale to reverse. One more triangle. Last reverse triangle. Lowering to warrior two. Warrior one. Balance pose. I'm going to change my direction. So from our warrior one position, we have a couple of options. We're going to float into warrior three. So we can float into our warrior three, inch that foot up, find our warrior three. You decide. Another option is just to keep that foot down and then just build the strength in that right leg. Lots of options for the arms. Inhale. Float that foot all the way through, lifting. Knee extends and lifting in the front of the body. We're going to cross the foot over. It can either be at the shin, at the ankle, or up above the knee. Just try to avoid getting on the knee. And we're just going to open up, external rotation in those hips in the left side. So trying to avoid dumping into our hip and just hanging out here. If that right foot is burning and it's on fire, embrace it. Take a break if you need it. Tree pose, that's where we are now. We can grow branches on our tree. Now we're going to take flight as though we're a bird that is in our tree. And as we take flight, we launch off, expand our wings, exhale, forward fold. Ooh, gliding through the sky. Wow. Isn't life amazing? We have one more side to do, and then we're going to come onto our mats. Inhale, chair pose. Ooh, extended mountain. And standing mountain pose. Shake it out. Woo! Legs, foot. Let it go. I don't know if I could make that noise ever again in my life. I didn't even try. So standing mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Finding balance in the left foot. Gently lift the right heel off the mat. Keep that core engaged. Pressing, lengthening through that left leg. Micro bend still exists in that left knee. And we're just going to step back. High lunge. Lowering that right heel down. Warrior one. So in this warrior one, we're still pulling the knees towards each other. So the energy is pulling in, creating this solid foundation. Now, if I didn't have that engagement, you can see the difference when I'm bouncing as opposed to when I'm engaged. It's like I can't bounce as much because I have this solid base. Relaxed, solid. You can also see how it's pulling the femur bone into the hips, driving this one into the hip and this one up with a little bit of rotation. The the other thing we want to look at in ourselves or experience is this sometimes feels so good. So we just let the rib cage blow out. But let's try to keep that core engaged. So we want to keep that core engagement. Breathe. Warrior 2. Knee tracks with the toes. Breathe. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Pressing equally into the front and back edge of that right heel, right foot. Shoulders down. Smile. Feeling strong again. Squeeze those glutes. Pull the knees in towards each other. Core still engaged. So in this pose, another thing that sometimes happens is we're trying so hard to keep everything engaged that we really squeeze the glutes and then our pelvic tilts way back. So we're spilling water out of the back of our pelvic girdle. So we want to squeeze the glutes, but we don't want to squeeze them so hard that we're losing that natural curve in the lower back. So play with it. What am I doing? Where am I? Find somewhere in the middle. And then we're just going to reach. And come back to center. And reach. And come back to center. Last one, reach. And then lift that teacup up to the sky. Reverse warrior. So again, not dumping into it. We're lifting up, pressing down through the feet. Whew. Breathe. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Lengthening from the hip to the armpit as opposed to squeezing the shoulder up to the ear. So that's how we're creating more dynamic tension, by expanding here and then drawing the shoulders down from the ears. Exhale, warrior 2. Breathe. Straighten that knee. Bend the knee. Reaching again. Elbow rests on the knee. Spiral the heart open towards the sky. Reaching that right arm up. Again, the elbow isn't just dumping in. We're still lifting up through the spine, lifting up through the core, lifting up through the obliques. Inhale back to warrior 2. Straighten the front knee. A little bit of a flow. Back to that warrior 2. So as we inhale, arms reach up, knee straightens. Exhale, lower. Make sure that knee stays tracking with the toes. The movements can be smaller if they need to be. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Keep that core stability. Keep that spine nice and long. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior 2. Now we're going to straighten the front knee. And we're just going to reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Just preparing for a triangle. Come back to center. So as we're preparing, we're engaging those oblique muscles to bring us forward. Kicking the hip back. Getting this openness in the inner thigh. So we're not just freely moving here. We are free to move, but we are using muscle tension, dynamic tension in the muscles to keep us in control. So let's reach, reach, reach. Hold here. Arm comes down. Stack the shoulders, opposite arm to the sky. Breathe. Woo, find stability, find the breath. If you're struggling with the breath, lift up just a little bit. Maybe rest the hand on the top of the knee. You decide. Inhale, coming up. Reverse triangle. If your feet are starting to feel too uncomfortable, Another option is to shorten the stance a little bit. So remember that heart's lifting up. Exhale, triangle, flow. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, last triangle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Adjust the feet. As we float into that warrior 3. Again, you decide. You can just keep that foot landed down, finding that warrior 3. Leg can lift. Hips square to the mat. So stacking the hips makes this pose a lot more accessible. But we're trying to build. So if we're finding that we have to open our hips to the side, to the right side, just keep that foot down and build this strength here first. Ooh. Breathe. And then we're going to draw that right knee through, lifting it up and opening into that tree position. Smile. You can grow branches on your tree. Breathe. Now we're going to take off. Bird flying. Inhale, reach. And fold as we glide through the air. Just letting the head hang. And breathe. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Reverse up, nice flat spine. Reach the sky. Standing mountain pose. If you have your strap, let's go ahead and find our straps or belt or robe belt, whatever you're using. We're just going to do some heart openers before we go on to our mat. So I'm going to show you from the back. I'm just going to take the strap, and even if you don't need a strap, use a sock or a t-shirt, or you can, a sock or a towel even works. So we're just taking the strap, fists, knuckles towards the back side of the body, fingers facing towards the front of your mat or the back of your mat. Shoulders are going to roll back and down. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. The elbows may flare out. That's okay. The hands, even if they can touch, let's keep them about a little bit wider or a little bit inside the hips width. So they're about hips width apart. And then from here, we're just going to lift our hearts up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then we're going to press our fists down. Breathe. And as we inhale, we'll feel more expansion across the chest because we're lifting up, pressing back, shoulders are rolling back. So we're actively doing all of these things. We're not complacent in any of these movements. Now, if you want it, this is only if it will feel good in your body. You don't have to do this, is to add even more. Now, this limiting factors to this movement are if you have any shoulder issues or you're nursing a shoulder back to health. This may not be a good choice for you, so just stay here. And some options are you could potentially start to lift your fists off the hips. If you would like to experiment with what I'm about to show you, we're going to initiate a forward fold by pressing the hips back. So we're still keeping that activity in the upper body. All the change that's making in my body is my hips are pressing back. And then we're just going to slowly float, drift into a forward fold. And then I'm still active in my shoulders, still pressing the fists up and away. And breathing and breathing, releasing. Weights in the heels. Ooh, breathe, let it go, let it all go. And slowly press the fists up so the shoulders are going to start to lift first, flattening the spine, almost like we're in a monkey pose. Let the blood equalize in the body here. And slowly come all the way up. Release the strap. Shake it out. Woo. Maybe hug. Oh, hugs feel good right now. Big hug. Oh, like you really love this person. You haven't seen him in forever. Release. Shake it out. All right. So that's our heart opener for today. We're going to make our way onto the mats. So finding our standing mountain pose. Let's inhale, arms reach up. What? Look at how strong our arms are. Exhale, forward fold. Hands firmly to the mat, stepping back to our plank. Knees come to the mat. Let's all press back to child's pose, hips to heels. Knees can be wide on the mat, big toes connect. Listening to your body. Breathe. Let's come on all fours. Thread the needle. Shoulders over wrist, knees over hips. Hips over knees. If you try to get your knees over your hips, I am so impressed. So we're just going to do a little hip mobility here. And we're going to maybe bring the knees closer together if they are far apart. And we're just going to press the right foot straight back. So just kick it straight back. So we're not lifting it up. We're just kicking it straight back, pressing it straight behind us. And then from here, we're going to hamstring curl the heel towards the glute and bring it back to the mat. Keep that curl in the hamstring. And then we're just going to lift that leg out to the side, the knee, lifting the knee up. So we're not lifting the hip, we're not rotating the hip, we're just lifting the knee, keep the hips square to the mat. And then from here, we're going to press back and back to center, hamstring curl, bring it down, lift, press back, hamstring curl, come in, lift, pressing back, hamstring curl, come in. Lift, pressing back, hamstring curl, come in, lift, pressing back, hamstring curl, and lower. Switch sides. So pressing back, hamstring curl, and bring it back down. So we're still holding that hamstring curl. Then we're going to lift, press back, hamstring curl, lower. Remember to breathe. Press back, hamstring curl, and lower. Lift, press back, hamstring curl, lower. 2 more. Breathe. Last one. Child's pose, or just free flow, move the spine. You decide what feels right in your body. And we're just going to bring the legs around front for a comfortable seat. starting to cool down. Maybe we're exhaling through the mouth instead of the nose. If you want to continue to build heat in the body, exhale through the nose instead of the mouth. And sitting in our butterfly pose, bottoms of the feet together, hip bones, sit bones, resting firmly and comfortably on the mat. Legs are diamond shaped, so we're not in cobbler's pose where we have the heels into the groin. We're just going to do some gentle twisting here. So we're all going to inhale, arms reach up. As we exhale, arms come down and we twist towards the right. Breathe. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twist to the left. Staying tall, staying lifted in the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right again. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Little forward fold if you want it. If not, just stay lifted, stay lengthening. So we're not rounding down, we're keeping the spine lengthening as if we're trying to reach our belly button to our heels. Keep those shoulders relaxing down from the ears. Breathe. And then coming back up, knees come together. We're going to make our way onto our backs. Yes. So, arms extend out to the side. We're going to bring the knees up, and we're just going to gently rock side to side, engaging those oblique muscles. Pressing the shoulders into the mat for stability in the upper body. And then we'll straighten the legs, curl, straighten, curl, then lower the foot, both feet to the mat. We're going to cross the right leg or left leg over the right leg. Flex that left foot. Arms extend out to the side, palms facing down, pressing those shoulders into the mat. Nice big breath in, and then as we exhale, we're going to twist. Options, the right foot can just land the bottom of the right foot on the mat. That's option 1. Option 2, inside edge of the right foot, and just keep twisting here. Breathe. There's no better way, there's just a way. The objective is finding the edge for your body and knowing that all of our bodies are different. And in control, if you're in this position, make sure that you're protecting the lower back and you're not only using the lower back to lift up. So gently squeeze the thighs together and think about drawing the hip back as opposed to using the muscles in the lower back to bring those legs straight back to the sky. From here, a little butterfly, flutter. Woo. Knees back together. Cross the left leg over the right. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So twist. Again, that foot can land, the bottom of the foot can support, and just feel that elongation all through the right side of the body. Or we can bring it to the inside edge of that right foot and twist. Keep that right shoulder down. It's going to want to lift up. Breathe. And the next inhale, slowly bring the knees back up. Uncross the legs. And just hug the knees in towards the chest from the back of the knees as opposed to on the shins. And we're just going to gently rock side to side. Here you have the option just to continue rocking side to side, Or if you want a little bit more hip opening, happy baby, elbows inside the knees, grab the outside edges of the feet, pulling those knees towards the mat on each side of the body, tailbone pressing down. Ooh, release, let go. Soft shoulders, long neck. Breathe. And whenever you're ready, finding a comfortable, relaxed position for relaxation for Savasana. Either options are knees can remain bent, arms extend out to the side, palms facing the sky, rest the hands on the navel. We can extend one leg and keep one knee bent. We can go into butterfly, supine butterfly. We can also take the knees wide and let the feet wide and let the knees collapse together. Or full corpse pose where we just extend both legs out from the hips, keeping that natural curve in the lower back. Arms extend out to the side, palms facing up. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Chin melts down towards the chest. Feet relax, open and out to the side. Breathe. If we have an eye pillow, we can place an eye pillow over the eyes to help deepen the relaxation. Just starting to take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. As we're settling in, just bringing awareness back to that intention that we set at the beginning of class. Whether you followed the intention from the card that I pulled or you set one of your own. Just taking some nice deep breaths in as we think about that intention, thinking about the words, thinking about the meaning, what it means for us. And in case you forgot, the universe is always conspiring to support me, to guide me and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. Just continuing to take some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just letting go of any judgment that we may have accumulated through our practice. Just on your own, checking in to each part of the body, starting from the bottoms of the feet, working our way all the way up. We can go unilaterally right and left, or we can go all the way up the right side and then back down the left side. You decide however a scan for you would feel the most beneficial. And just scan all the way from the feet to the crown of the head. Just recognizing any places where we felt a little weakness, noticing places where we felt really strong, and noticing places where there was tension or tight gripping feelings in our muscles, and places in our bodies that felt fluid. We're not judging, we're just noticing, just recognizing it. Whatever it is. And let's all gently begin to move our fingers, wiggle our toes. Begin to take deeper breaths in. Maybe begin to make circles with the wrists. And draw the knees in towards the chest, one at a time, just allowing ourselves grace and time and comfort as we come back into our space. If it's okay in your space to keep the eyes closed throughout the rest of this awakening process, keeping the eyes closed and just keeping our thoughts, keeping everything focused on that intention, focused on our awesomeness, if that's a word. And as we bring those knees up into the chest, maybe make some circles with our ankles. And whenever you're ready, gently bringing ourselves to a comfortable seated position. You can either sit in easy cross-legged pose, legs can extend out to the side, we can sit up on our knees. If you have a blanket, we can put support under the hips and sit up on a blanket or a pillow. And so I'll take a nice full breath in, sweeping our arms out and up overhead, letting the palms connect. Nice full breath in, feeling that openness in the rib cage and the length and strength in our spine. As we exhale, drawing the hands down, resting on the space between our eyebrows. And here, let's take a few breaths and just send some gratitude inward. It can be something small or something big that we're feeling thankful for. On our next exhale, bringing the hands down to heart center, letting the thumbs rest on that heart space. And here, let's send gratitude outward. It can be to people maybe practicing with us right now. It can be people in our community or in the world as a whole. Just sending gratitude out, feeling thankful for something external to us. And thank you all for being here and tuning in to Yoga with Rocks. I so appreciate you taking this time out of your day to move and breathe and embrace our silly, goofy side in our yoga practice. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and that you're all staying healthy and hydrated and happy and finding ways to experience joy throughout the day. Thank you and have an amazing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, until I see you on Tuesday. All right, peace out, y'all. Yay! Oh. And give yourselves a couple more movements if you need them before you stand up or start to get back to life.